see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you. And so it is. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you. And so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the goodness in you. I see the wisdom in you. I see the strength in you. And so it is. I see the joy that's in you. I see your light shining through. I see the love that's in you. And so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. Pure sweet love. Good morning.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center of Woodstock. Good morning. We are so excited to have you all here with us today, both in chapel and at home. As you know, we are a welcoming and inclusive community, and please know that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're invited to fully participate in all that we do here. My name is Kiley, and I'm going to be leading the Sunday service today. So, okay, everyone be with me here on this. I want to start today by asking everyone here, both here and at home, if you're watching from home, you please join in too, okay? I'm going to ask you to do something with me. Would you all be able to do that? Without even knowing what I'm about to ask you, I promise it won't hurt. Are you all willing? Are we willing to do it? Can we all do that to something together today? Yes? Okay. All right. At home too. We can't forget. Okay. So I'm going to ask you on the count of 3. All right. I want everybody to make a really silly, goofy, ugly face. And I want everyone to make a really loud, awkward noise. Okay. So whatever that noise is, make it loud. Okay. Let's stand behind it. Don't worry. I'm doing it too. All right. Don't leave me hanging, okay? Are we all ready? Don't leave me hanging. It's going to be embarrassing for me, but whatever. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all right. Okay, yeah. Thank you, everybody. We were all being a really good sport on that one. I liked it. Okay, so I thought it was important to start today's service with just a little laugh, okay? I don't know if we realize how important it is to let our guard down sometimes, right? Really is helpful. Joe, do you mind putting up the first slide on the screen, please? So here we have some health benefits of laughter, okay? We'll just go over these together. So some physical benefits from laughter can reduce physical pain, boost your immune function, decrease inflammation in the body, support a healthy heart, support brain function, okay, mental health, mental well-being that you can benefit from laughing. It increases your endorphins. I don't know about all of you. I feel way better right now after that silly little thing we just did. I feel way lighter right now. It reduces stress. It relieves anxiety and depression, which I think is like in the world right now, that's helpful, right? And then social benefits that we have from laughter. It can ease social anxiety, strengthen our relationships, promotes teamwork, helps manage conflict, right? When you're in a conflict, you can't help if you start laughing. Show's over, right? Like everyone's done being upset. And then it also establishes strong connection. Laughing together is really a good way to get close with people when you share that together. So knowing that what we know now about the benefits that laughter can have in our lives, I fully expect that we're all basically going to become comedians. So good luck with that, everyone. Maybe we'll start doing open mic nights here at USCW. All right, so let's keep this idea in mind, and then we'll kind of come back and connect with that again later. All righty. Joe, could we please have the unity principles, the 5 unity principles up on the screen? All right, everyone, if we could all do these together, that would be excellent. Number 1, there is only one presence and one power in my universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. The Christ Spirit lives within me. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. I experience God's presence and power through prayer and meditation. I put my faith into action by demonstration. So I don't know about you, but I feel that what we just saw up on the screen and talked about the benefits of laughter, I think that really kind of comes together with thoughts held in mind produce after their kind, right? Because happy thoughts produce happy outcomes in our life. If we keep our mind happy, it's going to provide a happy, healthy life for us. And laughing can definitely do that, as we just saw, especially if we can laugh at ourselves. Provides us with health and wellness in our body, our spirit, and in our mind. So being able to just let our guard down and be silly will produce more moments of joy and laughter for all of us if we can really commit to adding more of that into our lives. Just the same with walking around with a scowl on our face, right? That being a Grinch can really affect our lives, maybe in a negative way or not in the ways that we'd like to see, and maybe the ways that we would see results if we were laughing more and smiling more and just kind of letting go of some of that, right? Some of that seriousness. So Unity Spiritual Center of Woodstock is a ministry based in prayer. You are all invited to fill out a prayer request form over here to the right of fellowship in the prayer box. Drop that in there, and we will be your request will be prayed upon for 30 days by our prayer team and Silent Unity. You are also invited to light a memory candle in the rear of our sanctuary, and that will be lit every Sunday until it finally goes out. And we ask that you do just donate a $2 deposit into the receptacle underneath the box. So let's thank our wonderful AV team. We would not have this service online or in the sanctuary without them. Today we have Mr. Joe Joswiak and Mr. George Mulligano. And our wonderful music program that is brought to you today will be brought to you by Lori Gray Mulligano. And possibly a little later, a guest speaker or a guest singer who was possibly forced to do this today. So here we go. Thank you, Lori.
Planting and pruning, waiting and watching, searching for some kind of sign. Weeding for hours while all the wildflowers thrive in the field just fine. Often confused, singing the blues, are signs all around, every sight, every sound, works of God everywhere, answers waiting for prayers. If I just heard the call, I wouldn't be searching at all. Eyes on the road map, missing the street signs. Seems like I've been here before. I'm losing my bearings and cursing my fate. I can't trust myself anymore. Lost and confused, feeling abused. I must be amusing to God. There are signs all around, every sight, every sound, works of God everywhere, answers waiting for prayers. If I just heard the call, I wouldn't be searching at all. Whispering clues surround me, but I don't hear a thing. Then, in accidental stillness, I hear myself and God sing. There are signs all around, every sight, every sound, signs of God everywhere, answers waiting for prayers. Now that I hear the call, I'm no longer searching at all. Now that I hear the call, I'm no longer searching at all. So let's share a moment of reflection as we remember that God is always near us, patiently waiting for us. Let's take a deep breath in and remember that every moment, everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Everything is filled with the divine, and everything is alive with spirit, with spirit. Everything is a wonder, unfolding right before our eyes, and everything is alive in spirit, in spirit. Everything is a blessing, bursting from the earth and sky, and everything is alive with spirit, with spirit. Everything is alive with spirit, with spirit, 'cause everything is sacred.
We take this time now to relax and and go into a guided meditation. So maybe you will take this time to close your eyes, plant your feet on the ground, and let your arms fall at your side. Perhaps you will use this time to take a nice deep breath. And let go of what you've been holding on to. As you relax into your seat and feel the weight of life start to fall away, may you feel lighter. May you remember that everything is sacred. The breath you are taking in is a sacred breath. Feel the light that you all have within grow brighter with each breath. Maybe bring a smile to your face when you remember your divinity. When you remember the sacred call within all of you to smile and breathe through all the ups and downs in life. Maybe you will think of a happy memory, a funny time with family or friends, or even just a time that you had with God that brought you joy. Maybe you will think of a sign that the universe brought you once that made you smile. Or a funny little cosmic joke that made you laugh. You are all light. We are all divine beings. Let us not forget the sacred vow that we made when we became embodied, to smile and laugh through this human experience we are all having. Take this time to remember how lucky and grateful we all are every day of our lives, even on the tougher ones. Remember the free will we all have, the free will that gives us the ability to smile, the ability to laugh through the best and the worst times in our human experience. As you sit, imagine and feel the warmth of the sun glowing upon your faces. And the warmth and joy that brings. As we start to come back into these earthly bodies, may we bring that lightness and joy into our waking lives, not only today, but every day. Let's continue to make that choice for ourselves, to choose to smile and share our light with the world. Maybe now we all start to wiggle our fingers and toes and come back into these beautiful bodies that we all have. All right, everybody. So as I started to plan what I wanted to talk about today, I started getting a little wrapped up, a little in my head, as we all can do, right? I started to think, like, what am I going to talk about? You know, what's going to be good enough to present as my first time doing a full service here at Unity? I started to get a little bit, tightly wound over it, and it started to make me feel kind of stressed. Well, that's not fun, right? How easy that happens, though. A good thing can quickly spiral into something stressful. Well, you better believe that the universe gave me a sign, quite literally. So I was driving to do hair and makeup on a Sunday morning recently. And I took the back route that I sometimes take. And on my way there, I always pass this billboard. And it's a small one. It's kind of low to the ground. But I see it. I've been seeing it for a long time. Well, except this time, something different. There was something different. It had been changed a little bit. I had seen it was altered, okay? And once I saw it, I just could not help but crack up laughing. I just was like, oh, that was good. It was a knee slapper. But I immediately knew, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about on Sunday, all right? Joe, can you bring up the photo, please, the first photo? Here's the billboard in all its glory. Take a little closer look at that face. So look at this guy, poor Stephen Matthews. He just wants to build custom homes in peace, and someone had to go put comically large, googly eyes on his billboard that I don't doubt for a second he paid good money for, okay? He probably worked pretty hard for this billboard. I mean, seriously, I don't even know where you get googly eyes that big. When I went to take the photos of this, which I was praying, I was like, please still be there, please still be there. I got to go get this photo for my presentation. And they were still there. But I'm like, where do you even get them this big? They were easily this big each. Who makes that? Was these custom fabricated to put on this guy's billboard? It was just wild. Now, you know that all of Stephen's friends and colleagues probably saw this billboard, And, I'm sure they were calling him to say, hey, Steve, you see your billboard in Ringwood? Joe, can we do a little zoom in on that face? There we go. There's Stephen in all his googly-eyed glory. I don't know how he would have taken this, right? It probably depended on the day, how we take things. But the googly eyes still are there, so my thoughts that maybe he was being lighthearted about this. Perhaps Stephen was just having a chill day and was like, you know what? It's all right, Rob. Don't worry about it. We'll leave him there. And his friends are calling him to say, you see your googly eyes on the billboard? So it's kind of made me think, like, he could have gotten really upset. His ego could have gotten involved very, very easily and very quickly. He could have picked up the phone to start calling around and say, who's to blame for this, right? He might have wanted to find out who he could point the finger at to make maybe him feel a little bit better about this choice that someone made to put googly eyes on his billboard. But it got me thinking about how seriously we tend to take ourselves. Let me ask you all a question. Have you ever taken yourself way too seriously? All right, okay, yeah, I think we all have, right? Probably many, many times, probably for portions of our life. I mean, have you ever really caught yourself mid-rant when you're ranting about, your coffee order at Starbucks that got messed up, or, maybe your order being wrong, or spiraling because someone didn't text you back quickly enough, or call you back fast enough, or didn't respond to a post you made or something? Have we ever done that? Because I think if we're honest, most of us have. We've all had those moments where we're the star of our own dramatic soap opera, and everyone else is just a player in our show that is not doing their job right. I think we've probably all been there, if we're being honest. Today, I want to invite you all to consider what might happen if we stopped gripping so tightly, if we dared to maybe laugh more, loosen up a little bit, and not take ourselves quite so serious. It seems like today we're all very, very busy being important, right? We're curating our busy, busy lives and managing our calendars and our image, being offended at lightning speed. We overthink a comment that somebody made from a stranger or someone we know. We overthink it, we overanalyze, and at the same time, we try so hard to make ourselves feel and to make it look like we've got it all together. I don't think I need to say another word about that. We're just so focused on being taken seriously that I think we forget about enjoying just being alive. I'm not saying that, we shouldn't take life seriously. There are serious things that happen, and we have to take moments to really reflect and grieve and all of those things. There are real injustices going on out there and responsibilities that that might demand our attention. But many of us are walking around as if joy is like a luxury, and levity is a weakness, that being serious is like a badge of honor. I think we've maybe confused being serious with being worthy. But the truth is that some of the wisest people that I've ever met, I don't know about all of you, are ones that laugh. They laugh easily. And they don't necessarily always cling to their ego and this perception that they want people to have of them. They don't mind looking silly every now and then. Let's think about kids for a minute, okay? Children. Did you know that children laugh an average of 300 times per day. 300. That even sounded a little silly to me, but it's true. And adults, we're down to about 15 per day. Ugh. 15, that's tragic. Come on, guys, we can do better than that. I think somewhere between learning how to, file our taxes and trying to impress the world and go to our 9 to 5 every day and make sure we post on Facebook everything we've done for that day, I think we stopped being fun. We stopped dancing in the kitchen. We stopped telling silly jokes to maybe near strangers or laughing at our own mistakes. I get it. Some days those are hard things to do if we're not feeling our best. But when we laugh and when we choose not to take ourselves too seriously, I think something incredible happens. We relax into being human. We connect more easily. We heal. We breathe. When we all did our fart noises and our faces, right? I think I felt better. I felt really good. I would have to think that you all did too. We saw the benefits, right? Those are factual statements. I mean, research shows that laughter, it reduces stress hormones, it boosts your immune system, it does all of these great things. It strengthens your heart. But even more than that, it opens up your heart to grace, right? It opens up your ability to say, like, it's okay. It's all right that I messed up. I don't feel that I need to feel guilty for it. I'm a human. Now we'll talk a little deeper spiritually. So many faith traditions emphasize, all right, there we go, humility and joy and surrender. Yet somehow we've interpreted that as being like solemn or obligation or guilt that we should feel. Let's all look at Jesus for a moment, and not through, the lens of stained glass windows, but as a man who walked among us. Jesus went to parties. He was hip. Okay, he turned water into wine at a wedding. That's a nice trick to have up your sleeve. He hung out with people who had reputations, right? Maybe was a little embarrassed for some of us to say, like, oh, yeah, I hang out with them. Like, ooh, they're a little rough around the edges, right? He didn't care. He laughed with children. He told stories that had humor and wit. In fact, some of his parables are pretty cheeky when you understand, the cultural context of them. He was a human just like us. Like, do you think that, like, the disciples, when they're all sitting out around the campfire and stuff, that they weren't, like, telling jokes and, like, kind of being naughty a little bit? They probably were. They were human beings. They messed up. They laughed at themselves, I'm sure, just like we do. God isn't asking us to carry the entire weight of the world on our shoulders with a scowl. God's asking us to walk with him inside of us, gently learning from our mistakes and our missteps and finding a way, to smile and laugh through it. Understanding that this is just a part of being a human being. I once heard a spiritual teacher say, don't take yourself seriously because God doesn't. And not in the dismissive sense, but because God sees the whole of you, and knows that you're still learning, you're still growing, you're still figuring it out, you're figuring out who you are as a divine being. If we could see ourselves as we feel God sees us, we might laugh a little bit more. We might be a little gentler with ourselves and with our flaws, maybe kinder to others out there who are also just as confused as we are about, like, what are we doing? It's a learning process every single day, isn't it? No matter how old you get. I don't think we ever really have it figured out, as much as we pretend we do. I want to tell you, like, a quick story. So when I was a preteen, I don't remember exactly how old, but preteen, prime age of caring what people thought about me, prime age. My family and I, we went to Florida for the first time. And it was fun. We did the Disney experience and the beach and all of that. And then, in true Florida fashion, we had to go on a big old airboat ride to see crocodiles. Probably why I'm terrified of them now, because I have repressed memories of this experience, I think. No, just kidding. But we went on this ride, and I remember thinking I looked so cool that day. Okay, like probably 11-year-old Kiley was like little tomboy, rocking my brand new black Chicago Bulls Dennis Rodman jersey. Oh, I was like so cool. And so we get in this big old boat, and I don't know if you know what these hover boats are, but they have like a humongous blower fan on the back, huge, with like a grate over it. And the driver's like, anyone want to come up here and ride, by me up here by the fan? And I'm like, oh, I do. And so he was like, okay, come on. So he like stopped it, and I like crawl up there, and I'm sitting on this boat, and we're driving through these like murky swamps with like the little crocodile eyes poking out of the water and having a good old time. And there's tons of creatures, right? There's tons of birds and this and that flying all around. These are like the swamps in Florida. And there were tons of birds and ducks and in formation flying all around. And it was cool. It was fun to watch. Well, we had a formation of birds or ducks flying in front of the boat in a V. And we're like, whoa, we're right behind it. And they all started to fly off. They're like, all right, we gotta head back now. Except for the one. The guy in the front, he's going. And we're like, all right, man, you gotta move. Like, you're right in front of us right now, and we're coming at him. And he's trying to fly out of the way. And finally, we just watched it happen, and he was just like, he just stopped, like gave up, and flew backwards right at us because we were coming at him. He flew, boom, right into my chest. And I'm, just stunned, like, what just happened? Flew into my chest. Everyone turns around to look and see what just happened. And this poor duck goes, boom, flying forward. And he's laying in the front of the boat, just laying there. And then he gets up, looks around, and just squawks and flies off. And we were all just like stunned, like, what just happened? And then my mom, my dad, my brother, they turn and look at me. And I'm covered in duck poop all over me, and my New Jersey covered. It was just all over the place. My Dennis Rodman jersey. And I'm sitting there just like, oh my gosh, I'm covered in yucky stuff right now. Like, oh my gosh. And my family's like, oh. But then it was like, after I got over the initial shock of it, and I took that moment to be like, okay, this isn't about my jersey being ruined. I know I'm poopy right now, but I was like, wow, I think that him hitting me just saved that duck's life. That was going to go right into that fan, because these were big openings in this fan. It would have gone right past me, right into there, and I think we might have been covered in a different mess. And aside of that, it was really just funny. It was funny. It's a story that we still talk about to this day, and here I am telling you about it decades later. And I can still picture it too. I can still feel the thing hitting me. And it was really nice because it was a funny moment that originally wasn't funny. It was like, as a preteen girl who cares very deeply about how she looks and how cool she is, I wasn't planned on getting pooped on by a duck that day, and made the best of it. We all laughed about it, and again, we're still laughing, to this day. And it kind of reminds me of our old friend Stephen, right? Maybe that bird that day and those googly eyes, maybe they were sent by the Holy Spirit to remind us that humility is not humiliation. It's freedom, right? It's freedom. Joy is like a fruit of the Spirit. It's not a performance. It's not image management. It's not being right all the time. It's joy. It's when we laugh, we stop pretending. That's real. That's authentic when you're really laughing. When we admit we don't have it all figured out, and at that point we become more approachable. When we realize we all see ourselves in each other. Laughter is like often the exhale after a really long held breath, when you're just like, oh gosh, I need air. That laughter is that air, right? It's that breath. It's the relief that comes when we realize that we're not God and we don't have to be, because God is inside us all. And there's no pressure to hold the whole weight of the world on our shoulders. I think that sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is laugh, like a good old ugly laugh from the belly. So let's get practical for a second. Let's go over a few ways that we can maybe loosen up, a little bit of a practical approach, some action steps. How about number 1? Tell on yourself. Share your mistakes. If you screwed something up, be the first to admit it. If you're wrong, okay, let it go. That's a tough thing to do for a lot of us, I'd say for all of us, depending on the day. Sometimes it's really hard to just say we did something wrong or we screwed up. But it's disarming and it's kind of endearing when someone can say that. It makes, again, more approachable. We can also spend time with people who make you laugh. If you're hanging with a crew of really serious people and all they care, it's all about status and it's all about, seriousness. Well, if that's not the energy you're trying to be in, then let's find some new energy, right? Let's start putting ourselves in environments and around people that are a little bit more chill and more the vibe that we want to take on. Let's be around people that laugh more, because it's infectious, right? It's going to bring that to your life. We can laugh at our inner critic, right? We all have that voice inside of us that's telling us crazy things, we're not good enough, things like that you're going to fail, all of those thoughts that we all have at different times. Maybe start really kind of laughing at that voice, picturing it as some silly cartoon character or something that's going to make you kind of laugh out loud, kind of disarm it a little bit, and it might silence a little bit more, and it makes our lives a lot easier and more fruitful if we can do that. We can try new things. Sometimes trying new things is difficult because we don't like to be not good at things. I have a 12-year-old daughter, and I have to have this conversation with her often. Girlfriend, when you start something new, most of the time you're not going to be a prodigal, great at it the first time. You just have to fail and pick yourself back up and try again. And that develops courage in us. It develops a trust in ourselves to fail and be okay with it and laugh it off, shake it off, and get back on the horse, so to speak. You can dance badly if you're not a good singer. Oh, well, you're still enjoying the fact that you're singing or you're dancing. Even when we're worshiping, worship with freedom. Thank God for your blessings and laugh together. Thank God for your missteps and your bloopers in life. So in closing, there's an old story about a monk who was known for his laughter. People came from all over to see him and ask him spiritual questions, and he would just laugh. That was his answer. And at first, people were really offended. Like, this guy's supposed to be very serious. He's a monk. But then they started laughing too. And in that laughter, burdens lifted. People got a little less serious. With that, hearts were opened. And maybe some tears fell. It's a release. One visitor finally asks, "Why do you laugh so much?" And the monk replied, "Because I finally realized I'm not in charge. And it's funny how long that I thought that I was." So, friends, may we all have that realization. May we take our mission seriously, but not ourselves. Not too seriously, at least. May we make room in our lives for joy, for mistakes, and for grace. And may we remember that laughter is not a distraction from the sacred. It is sacred.
My family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. Mistakes that I have made, or any other things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I left behind. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light, I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. I am light, I am light.
Here we are. Told you I was forced. All right, everybody. So now we welcome everyone's gifts and donations. You're invited to give a fair percentage of your income to support everything that we do here at USCW. If you're online, you can go to unitywoodstock.org and you can click on the donation button. Here at Unity of Woodstock, we are self-supporting. So the percentage of your income that you provide directly supports all of the services and events and the cool things that we offer and that you help us create and that you enjoy. So if you are here in the sanctuary with us, please take out your gift and place it in your hands as we bless your gift here. And for those of you at home, hold your gift in your heart. We want to warm our hands up. Here we go. Let's get the energy flowing. We will acknowledge these blessings with a prayer. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. The greeters will gratefully accept your gift at this time. Visitors, you may deposit a contact card in the offering bag if you'd like, and do not feel obligated to contribute as you are our guest for the day. All right, everybody. For these gifts and all you givers, we say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Amen. All right, it's announcement time. Okay, so World Peace Day volunteers. So today is going to be the last day for for T-shirt sign up. If you are a volunteer, you'll need to give sizes and pay for that today. Joe and Karen Peterson are both collecting. That's $10 if you are looking for a World Peace Day volunteer shirt. Also, today we have Planet Palooza going on out in the square. Some of our congregants are there holding down the fort, which is great. That's at 11 a.m., starts at 11 a.m. today. It goes throughout the afternoon. And I will also say, I don't know if it's further in the announcements or not, but Mary did ask for me to let the congregation know that we are still looking for one more volunteer today to help take down the entire booth on the square, our Unity booth. So we'll just need about a half an hour, probably even less, to take everything down, get it all loaded up into the car and brought back downstairs into youth ministry. So if anybody is able to stay or come back later, 3:15-ish in that range, or stay till about 3:15 or 3:30, that would be really, really helpful, and we'd be very grateful for any help that we could receive. Thursday, July 17th is the Unity Men's Group Meeting, and that's going to be at noon at Three Brothers. Saturday, July 19th is our free-for-all. That starts at 9. And then also on Saturday the 19th, we have Sue's Friends, and that's their McHenry outing starting at 1:15. All right, Sunday, July 20th, 10 a.m. service as normal. We have youth ministry that day as well. Our rain location for the Woodstock Folk Festival is that day, so depending on whether this is the rain out location. Tuesday, July 22nd, we have our board meeting at 6 for the board. Saturday, July 26th, gosh, already July 26th, what the heck? Christ Mind Study Group at 10 a.m. Sunday, the 27th of July, we have our service at 10 as usual, and then we have a very important ministry meeting following the service that day. our board, we will be up here speaking to you about redefining some of our goals, and we would really love it if you all could be here. It is a rather important meeting for you all to be part of, to discuss some of our future plans. Saturday, August 2nd is Sue's friends are going to the Fairy Festival. All right, that sounds cool. There are a ton of itinerary options. So you're going to go ahead and talk to Lori about that if you have questions or if you're interested in going. It sounds like it's going to be a really cool trip. All right, I'm going to take a little quick peek and make sure there were no more announcements that I forgot. Nope, think we covered it all. Okay, is Jackie here with us today? No, she's not. So Jackie is our prayer chaplain, and I'd just like to remind everyone here, if you would like to have a personalized prayer, normally you'd reach out to Jackie. If you'd like to reach out to me or anyone else that you feel comfortable with, you can always pull us aside, and we'll do a confidential prayer that's catered specifically to you off on the side, and we can do that anytime. So you can just seek me out if you would like that today. All right, so now is the time for our prayer for protection and our peace song. So if everyone would like to stand in their seats. All right, and all together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen. All right, and the peace song. Would be Rena, but I heard she was having car trouble.